You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. It was morning on the weekend. All the family members sat together to have breakfast in South Hill Manor. "Girls, Mom has to go on a business trip." "Where are you going?" Little Bean was curious. "Just the neighboring city." "Oh, when will you come back?" "In 2 days." "Fine. Mom, you must be careful. We'll behave ourselves and listen to our dad," Little Bean said as she bit into a steaming bun. "I'm sorry, but your dad won't be home either," Chloe chuckled. "Is Dad going on a business trip too?" Little Bean looked at Jack in surprise. "Stupid, can't you see? Dad must accompany Mom when she's on the business trip," Pudding explained. "Smart." Chloe gave Pudding a thumbs up. "It's only morning and we're caught off guard by this bout of PDA. Sooner or later, you and Dad will torture us to death with PDA." "Ha ha, we won't. You're our biological daughters," Chloe chuckled. "Really? How come I feel we were free gifts that you picked up when you went out shopping?" "You're much better than free gifts." It was fun to banter with her daughters in the morning. "Mom, please show mercy on me, okay? Behave yourselves. When you go out..." "I know. When we go out, we must take at least 4 bodyguards," Little Bean continued for her. "Exactly." "I don't want to go out. Every time when we go shopping at the supermarket with Grandpa and Grandma, we have to bring 4 bodyguards. It's such a big team that people will think the mayor is there to inspect the market," Little Bean complained. "It's why you must work hard on your taekwondo. When you are a good fighter, you won't have to take a bodyguard with you," Jack said. "Yeah, I want to be like Auntie Fiona. Then I'd be invincible." Little Bean waved her small fists. She was full of admiration for Fiona, especially after her mom told them how Fiona wiped out all the troublemakers when they went to have BBQ with Aunt Sarah. It was a dashing sight. "Okay, Miss Delcy, stop boasting. Hurry up with your breakfast. Don't you have a date with Ethan?" Pudding reminded her. "Right. I can't waste time on you guys now. I'll go up and change clothes. Sis, what do you think I should wear?" Little Bean turned to look at Pudding. "You look best when you wear nothing." "Humph, goodbye." Being teased by her sister, Little Bean gave her a dirty look and ran away. Chloe leaned her head on Jack's shoulder. "Honey, it's still not too late if you change your mind." "I think you can change your mind at any moment about the business trip." "Haha, I can't. I stood them up last time when Fiona got the concussion. This time I must go no matter what. I must act like a professional." "Then shut up and let's go, Dr. Green." After Jack picked up her bag of files and handbag, Chloe stood up and walked out after him. "Chloe, you're pregnant, so remember to walk slowly. Take care," her mother-in-law instructed her. "Got it, Mom." At Noah's home. It was the weekend and the family enjoyed the leisure time. "Senior Ace and Junior Ace, breakfast is ready. Come down now," Sarah yelled. The father and son put down their cell phone games and walked out, looking bored. "Son, it's the weekend. Do you want to play basketball with me?" Noah got an idea. "No," Ethan refused without hesitation. "Why not?" Noah felt a little bit hurt. Finally, he got some free time on the weekend and decided to have some bonding time with his son. But the latter just rejected him. "Are you a pig? Do you have to ask? Our son has a date with his girlfriend," Sarah reminded her husband. "I just don't believe my son would prefer spending time with his girlfriend over bonding with his dad," Noah said while stealing a glance at Ethan. "Dad, you're wrong," Sarah laughed. "Ha ha! This is hilarious. Son, you're right." "Mom, are you making soup? I smell something's burning," Ethan pointed out. "Oh, I forgot it. My goodness." She dashed into the kitchen. Ethan glanced at his dad sitting across from him. "Chief Ace, give me $200. "For what?" "I want to buy super wings." "How much is one?" Noah asked curiously. $79 for one." "Why did you ask for 200? Noah teased his son. "I can't just buy a toy for myself. I want to buy a police car for myself and a fire truck for Little Bean. She likes the pink one." "Okay. Even if you buy 2, it will be $158, right?" "With the remaining $42, I plan to buy a Haagen-Dazs for Little Bean. $42 is only enough for 1 scoop. How about you?" I don't need it. I'll only buy one for little Bean. Son, you're so good to your girlfriend, Noah lamented in resignation. Dad, give me the money now. Mom will be back any second. Are you afraid your mom's going to scold you? Noah grinned slyly as he pulled out $200 from his wallet and handed it to Ethan. No, I'm afraid Mom will scold you. Why? It's not me who's taking the money. Noah didn't follow his son's logic. You're finished if Mom figures out that you kept $200 in your private vault without her knowing about it. Swiftly, Ethan stuffed the money into his pants pocket. Okay, son, you win. Noah realized his son had amazing logical reasoning despite his young age. After all, he had been playing with the super smart twins and had picked up something from them. Not to draw unnecessary attention, Jack drove a Benz SUV and didn't take any bodyguards, with Chloe sitting in the passenger seat. At this moment, his cell phone rang. It's Noah. Chloe glanced at the screen and said, You answer it for me. Chloe picked up the cell phone. Chief Ace, what can we do for you? Chloe, you're with Jack? Yeah. Where are you? We're on the highway. Mr. Dawson's accompanying me on a business trip. When will you come back? In about 2 days. What's up? Give the phone to Jack. Noah sounded grim. Since Jack was driving, Chloe put the earbuds on him. What's up? Jack asked. Jack, something happened in the psychiatric center. Breny died? Jack guessed. It would be great if she died. No, she disappeared. Disappeared? Jack frowned. Yeah, disappeared. When did that happen? At midnight. How about the surveillance cameras? They were tampered with. She couldn't have escaped by herself. Someone helped her. Did you ask Case? The first person that Jack thought of was Case, who had a close relationship with Breny. He knew Case was soft-hearted and might have been fooled by Breny's acting. I did. He was surprised. I don't think it was him, Noah said. Then we're in big trouble. Jack's expression changed instantly. Honey, what's up? Breny disappeared? Chloe got a vague idea of what they were talking about but wasn't certain. Yeah, Jack nodded with a grim expression. Finishing his brief conversation with Noah, Jack hung up and continued driving. Honey, I didn't do it, Chloe explained, afraid that Jack thought she had turned soft and did it behind his back. After all, Breny was a good actor. Silly girl, I didn't mean you. Jack smiled at her words. My IQ has decreased due to my pregnancy, but I'd never do such a stupid thing because I know Breny has lost the last trace of her conscience, and nothing we do can bring her back. So, I'd never rescue her. I'm not a saint. We should have killed Breny. We're too soft-hearted. Jack looked calm. Yeah, we should have killed Andrew too while he was abroad. Chloe felt regretful. Jack hadn't killed Andrew, and even brought him back to the country because he didn't want her to feel bad. However, Andrew broke out of prison, posing a great danger to them now. Now that Breny escaped too, they were indeed in big trouble. It's fine. In the world of adults, life is never easy. The happily ever after ending in fairy tales doesn't happen in real life. Honey, what do we do now? Shall we go and catch her? Chloe felt torn since she pitied Breny, who had become a total psycho. If they caught her and put her back into the hospital, Breny wouldn't survive it. Besides, Chloe was too kind to do that. No, if she escaped just to start a new life, we can let her go. But if she dares to do anything to harm you or our daughters, I'll kill her. Jack's eyes glinted coldly. Chloe knew he wasn't joking. Jack picked up his cell phone and instructed the bodyguards to stay with the twins all the time while keeping an eye on his parents and Chloe's mother and younger brother. Then he called Max to watch out for Avery. In short, after the crazy woman Breny got out, everyone must be on guard. Honey, maybe we should head back and forget about the meeting. Chloe felt uneasy. You stood them up the last time. If you do it again, you'd be demoted, Jack joked. I don't care. I'm worried about our family. They'll be fine. I made arrangements for them. After all, Breny isn't Andrew and can't make big trouble all by herself. Besides, she looks crazy but is not stupid and won't do anything rash. She knows the consequences. Okay. Chloe relaxed and nodded. They drove to the neighboring city. After Chloe did a presentation at the meeting, they checked into the most luxurious 5-star hotel in the city. Jack had been with her all the time. During the night when Jack was in the shower, Chloe's cell phone rang. Hello? Looking at the strange number, Chloe was exhilarated. Dr. Green, I want to book an appointment with you. It was Fiona's playful voice. I knew it was you. Damned girl, what took you so long to call me? Hearing Fiona's voice, Chloe felt all her worries evaporate. You don't know how busy I've been today, Fiona complained. Chloe wanted to ask where Fiona was, but changed her mind due to her fear of being eavesdropped on. She changed the subject. Do you miss your twin nieces? Of course I do. How are they? Do they miss me? Of course. Little Bean cried and sulked all day long after she learned you were gone. Pudding didn't say it, but I'm sure she was sad. When she feels low, she just sits there in silence and doesn't talk to anyone. Hey, the kiddos are not bad. I didn't waste the tens of millions of dollars on them. Fiona was smug. Oh, Fiona, Anne came to see me the other day. Why? He bought you things and asked me to mail them to you if I can. What did he buy? Fiona was puzzled. He said they were snacks, and said you liked to eat the snacks popular in the 90s. Is it so? Do White Rabbit creamy candies count? Fiona remembered she had bought some in a convenience shop when she strolled around the city with Anne. Okay, your taste is quite strange, Chloe chuckled. This fellow is stubborn. Fiona was surprised that Anne was still trying to do such fruitless things after she rejected him frankly. He is just being kind. If you can receive packages, give me your address. Forget it. I have to be secretive to make a call, and you want to mail packages to me? Do you want to get me killed? What should I do? Return the box to him? Do you think it's a good idea? No, Little Bean and Pudding can eat the snacks. Forget it. He bought them for you. How about this? I'll keep them until you come back. They won't expire soon anyway. Dr. Green, does it mean that you are eager for me to go back and see you? Fiona was smug again. What do you think? Haha, sis, I know you miss me, but I've got things to do and can't return right now. Before Chloe could speak, she heard a voice call out over the phone. Boss, Mr. Ross is asking for you. Fiona, are you with Riker? Yeah. Then I won't worry about you. Okay, I've got to go. Sis, I'll talk to you later. Fiona hung up. Chloe was worried about her sister, but she knew the latter was a mercenary and didn't need her protection. Hanging up, Chloe had a feeling that something else needed her attention. Racking her brains, she finally remembered that she had intended to chat with Melody on Snap and ask how the girl was doing. After all, Auntie Cooper had asked her to take care of the girl. She had added Melody's contact before supper that day. Opening her Snap account, she found the girl's profile picture, which was a cute white bunny with a red face. Chloe, Melody? Sister Chloe, she replied almost instantly. Chloe, are you in bed now? Did I wake you up or something? Melody, no, I usually sleep quite late. Chloe, how do you feel about the dorm after sleeping there last night? Melody, it's fantastic. Imperial Star's dorm rooms are quite fancy. It's luxurious since I share the room with only one other girl. But last night my roommate didn't come back, so I haven't met her yet. Chloe, were you afraid all by yourself? Melody, no, haha, I'm not a child. Chloe, good. Did Justin contact you after? Chloe remembered Justin and Melody had added each other's Snap after supper. Of course, Justin had done it because he thought Melody was Chloe's relative. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that with a young girl he wasn't familiar with. Melody, no, he didn't. Chloe, oh, it's fine. Don't worry. Justin is very busy. You can talk to him more often when you have the chance. Melody, Sister Chloe, do you think Justin's my type? Hearing the abrupt question, Chloe hesitated. Chloe, of course. Haven't you seen how much Auntie Cooper likes you? Melody, don't you think his family's social rank is too high for me? Chloe, we're living in modern times. Do you still think social rank is important in marriages? Melody, Sister Chloe, truth be told, I think the old sayings make lots of sense. In every aspect, Justin and I live in two totally different worlds. I know my limitations. Since we like different things, I don't think we can get along well. Chloe said, how can you say that? I came from an ordinary family, but my husband came from money. You see, we are living a happy life and have great children. Chloe tried to encourage the girl since she found the latter was doubting herself. Melody. Sister Chloe, you and your husband met in high school and have loved each other for years. The situation between me and Justin is different from yours. I'm a girl who is freshly out of school. How can I be a match for the famous Mr. Cooper, whose family is both wealthy and powerful? After a moment of consideration, Chloe replied, Melody, I hope you won't be offended by what I'm going to say. If you keep thinking in this way, then why did you come? Didn't you know Auntie Cooper wants you to marry Justin? She got you here so you can be Justin's girlfriend. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done these things. Melody. Sister Chloe, I'm not offended. I understand why you asked me this question. I planned to say it later, but since you asked, I must tell you the truth. Maybe many women dream of marrying into a wealthy family and are trying their best to get Justin to marry them, but it's not true love. They don't want to marry Justin, they just want to marry into the Cooper family. I don't want such a life, but for a girl who has just graduated from school and has no background or connections, it gives me an opportunity. So I think... Meldoy paused purposefully. Chloe understood suddenly. You want to take this opportunity to enter Imperial Star and become a star? Chloe guessed. Right, this is my plan. But why? Do you think it's so important to be a star? It's not easy to earn the flowers and applause. There's a dark side to this life. Chloe tried to dissuade her. Sister Chloe, I don't want flowers, applause. Vanity and fans are not important to me. My plan is simple. My parents worked hard to supply for me, so I want to repay them. But with my credentials, I can only find a job that earns thousands of dollars each month. In the big city where I lived, thousands of dollars is not enough to support our daily expenditures. So I have to take a shortcut. If I can become an actress, even with a minor and insignificant one, if I work hard, I can earn at least tens of thousands of dollars each month. So you want to do it for money? Chloe frowned. Right. You might think I'm vulgar, but my purpose is earning money. I want my parents to have a comfortable life, but I don't want to sell myself. Some of my classmates and good friends had become the kept women of wealthy men or date second-gen rich guys to play with their feelings. But I can't do it. My parents are very traditional and would kill me if I did these things. So I decided to become a minor actress and work hard to make their life better. So you just don't want to marry Justin? Chloe was stunned when she finally understood Melody's plan. Yeah, Melody admitted frankly. But as Justin's friend, Chloe felt uncomfortable. Melody, do you know you used Auntie Cooper by doing this? Sister Chloe, Auntie Cooper used you too. She knows Justin likes you, but still asked you to introduce other girls to him because she knows Justin would listen to you and do you this favor. You know that, right? That's different. I'm indebted to the Cooper family. Sister Chloe, don't think too much about it. After all, no one can live their life without breaking any rules. I hope you won't feel burdened about this whole thing. I have no schemes on Justin. Although I'm young, I know my position and won't do anything beyond my abilities. No matter what purpose I have, I'm now an Imperial Star. I want to work hard to earn money. I promise that I won't do anything to hurt Justin. Meanwhile, you did what you promised to Auntie Cooper. As for Auntie Cooper's wish, she must realize it's not something she can control. Don't you think so? Chloe was surprised that Melody, a girl of 25, could speak so maturely. The first impression the girl gave her was good. At least she didn't try any tricks during the supper. Now she realized the girl was very smart and knew everyone's position. I understand you now. Chloe didn't want to say more about the topic. Sister Chloe, thank you. Even though you did it for Auntie Cooper, I'm still grateful to you for getting me into Imperial Star. I'll work hard. Keep it up. Ending the chat, Chloe had mixed feelings inside. When Jack came out of his shower, he saw Chloe sitting there, deep in thought. What are you thinking about, Dr. Green? Honey, what do you think of that girl Melody? Melody? Jack didn't pay attention to people that were irrelevant to him, so he didn't remember this name. The girl we took to supper with Justin. Auntie Cooper brought her to us. Oh, that girl. I don't know. After all, she stayed with us for only a short while. How was your first impression of her? Jack had seen countless people and Chloe trusted his judgment. The first impression was fine. She didn't talk much or interrupt others. She has good manners and didn't try to draw attention to herself or brown-nose Justin. In general, she's good. Jack gave an objective appraisal of Melody's behavior that day. What? There's something wrong with the girl? No, I find that girl is nice. What do you mean? With Chloe in his arms, Jack leaned on the headboard of the bed and chatted with her. She gave me a good impression. If she can hit it off with Justin, she should be a good girlfriend for him. Is Elsie completely out of the picture? Elsie, I'm not sure. That girl looks fine, but I always think there's something not right with her. It's just a feeling. I can't describe it. Chloe compared the two girls carefully and found talking to Melody was more comfortable. On the next morning, Jack accompanied Chloe to visit Southside's sister hospital. They arrived early and the doctors and nurses had just begun their work. No one noticed them. When they walked in, they heard a few young nurses gossiping at the reception desk. Did you hear that the vice director of Southside Recuperation Center in the city came to the meeting with a gorgeous guy? He accompanied her everywhere she went. Do you think Guy is her kept man? Chloe almost dropped to the ground when she heard it. What were they talking about? Her kept man? Chloe turned to look at Mr. Dawson and saw his face had fallen. Ha ha! Kept man! You're too expensive. I can't afford to keep you. Chloe put one arm around Jack and said in a low voice, Dr. Green, please pay up this month's fees. I don't have money, but I can pay you with myself and the baby. Chloe touched her belly. Without money, you dare to keep a young man? They teased each other. Finally, Chloe walked up and asked, Can you tell me how to get to director's office? Are you a patient? Our director doesn't see patients, and... The young nurse glanced at Chloe's belly. He never sees pregnant women. I'm not a patient. I'm here to see director for business. Do you have an appointment? No. I'm sorry, but director doesn't receive clients without an appointment. Is it so? Tell him that Vice Director Green of the city is here to visit him. Vice Director Green? Where's she? The young nurses all looked behind her. I'm her, Chloe said calmly. Instantly, the nurses gasped. Are you? Really her? The young nurse looked unconvinced. Yeah, if you don't believe me, I'll show you proof. Chloe pointed at Mr. Dawson standing behind her and said with a straight face, This is my kept man. The young nurses looked at Chloe and then the man behind her in stupefaction. Please wait a second. I'll call him immediately. With a cringe, the young nurses turned immediately to call their superior. Chloe almost laughed out loud. These gossiping girls were hilarious with their misinformed conversation. At the city's Jade Dragon Hot Spring Hotel, it was a banquet celebrating old Mrs. Chase's 80th birthday. Not wanting to invite lots of guests, the Chase family had chosen to hold the event in a suburban hotel. The guests were mostly their relatives and friends. They didn't invite any business partners. Case issued the invitation to Zuri at the last minute. Of course, he didn't dare to hope that she'd come. After their meeting on the Valentine's Day, they got closer, but the relationship between them was still subtle. Zuri came with a girl who was also a rich socialite from their circle. They looked good dressed in red and white evening gowns, respectively. Zuri was quite low-profiled. In order to draw little attention to her, she was careful with her makeup and outfit. Zuri, do you really want to get back together with Case? Nonsense. We're just friends. But you're quite attentive to the Chase family. To attend the old lady's birthday banquet, you even canceled your trip and returned the air ticket. Do you think it's worth it? Will he appreciate your efforts? I don't need their appreciation. Grandma Chase was nice to me, so I'm doing it for my own conscience. They walked in while they talked. Seeing Zuri, Case walked toward her immediately. Mrs. Chase took her hand with warmth. Zuri, it's been a while since I saw you last time. You look even prettier than before. Zuri smiled gently. At this moment, noises came from the door. Mr. Chase, look, that's... Case's friend standing beside him called to get his attention. He turned and looked toward the door. His body shook when he saw Breny, the woman who was supposed to be locked in the psychiatric center. Dressed in a black long dress bearing her shoulders and wearing exquisite and somewhat eerie makeup, she walked toward Case slowly. What are you doing here? Case was astonished. Case, I was wrong. I'll obey you in the future. Please don't send me back to that place, okay? Breny's innocent eyes had tears in them, making her look fragile. Before Case could speak, Breny looked at Zuri and said, Miss Blake, please help me convince Case. I won't stand between you. You can meet in a hotel or at home, I don't care, but please don't take Case from me. I don't want to return to the mental asylum. Zuri was stupefied when she heard Breny's words. She didn't know how to respond. Some of the onlookers even picked up their cell phones and began recording the scene. Miss Blake, I beg you. Do you want me to beg on my knees? Please don't be so ruthless with me. I was wrong and I will serve you humbly so long as you will feed me. Breny, what on earth are you talking about? Zuri stared at her in disbelief. True to her words, Breny dropped to her knees to Zuri and Case in front of everyone. Please, I beg you to give this pathetic woman a chance to live. What are you doing here? Damned woman, you dare to come here. You should die. You almost got my son killed in a car crash. Case's mother couldn't bear it anymore. Walking up, she railed against Breny. Auntie Chase, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You can hit me and rail at me. I deserve it. Case's mother grabbed her hair and yelled hysterically, Security! Where are the security guards? Drag this crazy woman out of here. I'm not crazy. Why do you have to be so mean to me? Why did you lock me up and force my daughter to live abroad? You didn't even show mercy to a child. Breny cried as she ranted. Hearing her complete lies, Zuri was furious. Breny, you're heartless. Case paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for your daughter to study abroad. He's been so good to you and your daughter, but you still slander him with lies. I think Case is too kind to you, so you think you can bully him so outrageously. Zuri thought Case was too soft, which was why this scumbag Breny could live up until now. If it was Jack or Justin, they'd have eaten Breny alive long ago. Miss Blake, you're right no matter what you say. I don't object to any word you say. I only beg you not to send me back to that place. Crying, Breny knelt before Zuri like a homeless dog. Come with me. Suppressing his fury, Case grabbed her hand and pushed her into the lounge room in the hotel. He said with a cold face, Breny, what tricks are you trying to play this time? Heh, aren't you curious how I got out? Aren't you surprised? Case, you didn't expect this, right? Standing in the lounge room alone with Case, Breny's face changed immediately. What on earth do you want? I want you to suffer for the rest of your life. Hearing her sinister words, Case raised his head and laughed. Haha, great. It's great. What do you mean? Breny stared at him coldly. We're living the story of the farmer and the snake. Breny, you have no heart. When the Green family went broke, you were kicked out of the house by Andrew. Having no way out, you married an old man and even got cheated by him, so you had to work as a saleswoman. I pitied you and rescued you and your daughter from misery. I didn't expect you to repay me, but I'm surprised you'd repay my kindness with hatred. Case, don't you understand? If you weren't so weak and didn't tell Justin our secret plan, we'd never have ended up like this. Why did you betray me? Betray you? No, I betrayed an evil force. Breny, I'm an ordinary man. I'm not a saint, but not an evil guy either. What your mom and brother did was evil, and I did the right thing. You were my man. Don't you think you should stand by my side? Breny retorted in a loud voice. Just because we were together, I have to defend you even if you set fires and murdered people? Shouldn't you? Haha, your logic is unbelievable. Case let out a miserable laugh. Now that I got out, I will never return to that place. If you dare to do anything against me, I will know it because you're being watched 24/7. If you don't want to go to jail, you must be nice to me. What do you want? Money? A plane ticket? A house? A car? Or a passport? Do you want to go to Singapore and see Tiani? Why should I see her? Can she help me get revenge? You want to get revenge? Case looked at Breny in disbelief. He had thought she came to blackmail him for money to move abroad. But to his surprise, Breny didn't want these things. Of course I want revenge. I have nothing now and must take back what belonged to me little by little. Case, you just wait and see. I won't let you live happily with Zuri. We're not together. Case gave a bitter laugh. After their divorce, he hadn't reunited with Zuri. Brenton even ruined his marriage proposal, so the whole thing was quite ironic to him. Who'd believe your nonsense? Wait for my revenge. I'll make all the people who hurt me suffer. Breny pushed Case away, pulled open the door, and walked out. In the banquet room, Breny walked to stand before Zuri and smiled. This smile creeped Zuri out. Miss Blake, I don't mind your relationship with Case. There's no need to feel guilty. There's nothing between Case and me. Zuri was piqued. It's fine. Even if you're hooking up, I truly don't care. Thank you for taking care of him for me. Now that I'm back, we can take care of him together. Of course, you are from a big family and have a high social status, so you can be his legal wife while I'll be his concubine. What do you think? You're crazy. Zuri felt as if she was in an absurd and campy drama. Breny, don't spout nonsense. Case walked out to stop her. I'm just expressing your intention. Don't you think so, Miss Blake? Not able to stand it anymore, Zuri said with a cold expression. Auntie, Case, I've got to go. Zuri. Case was about to run after her when Breny grabbed his arm. Case, I just came back. Don't you think you should stay with me? In the future, you stay with her on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and give me Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, okay? Breny, you're a crazy woman. Ignoring the onlookers, Case pushed Breny away roughly and chased after Zuri, afraid Zuri would have a misunderstanding about him. He caught up with her at the gate of the hotel. Zuri, let me explain. It's not necessary. I know you didn't get her out. Yeah, I was astonished to see her. Breny is possessed by demons. My brother is right. You pitied Breny and her daughter and took care of them but ended up in big trouble. Case, one can't be too soft-hearted. It's not kindness, but a weakness. You're right. I admit it's my fault. It's useless confessing to me. Think about how to solve this problem. Zuri, I'm sorry, but I'm tired and must go now. Goodbye. Zuri felt a headache coming when she saw Breny. All the unhappy memories came back to her mind. Those were the worst memories of her life. Once when she had dinner with her sister-in-law Victoria and Chloe, they had said Breny was hopeless, and Case shouldn't take on so much trouble to help her. If not for Case, Breny and her daughter would have died at Andrew's hands long ago, which would have saved them tons of trouble. Now, not only Breny, but her daughter hated Case. Zuri suddenly felt tired, wondering why the man she had loved since she was little ended up like this. She felt bone-tired. Even though she still loved Case and couldn't forget their past, Breny's endless harassment exhausted her both physically and mentally. It was a feeling of despair that she couldn't describe with words. After Zuri was gone, Breny left before the security guards came to kick her out. The Chase family was furious that this woman ruined the birthday banquet. A black BMW X6 was parked on a remote lane near the hotel. Putting on sunglasses, Breny got into the car. How did it go? The man asked. Very well. Everything went as we planned. Good. It seems my efforts of taking you out of the mental house are not wasted. After all, I did it at great risk. If Jack knew of it, the consequences would be severe. Don't worry. You'll be well repaid for getting me out of there. Breny chuckled. They all say you're crazy, but I think you're not. Instead, you're quite smart. They want me dead, so they tried to slander me. I'm not mad. My mind is very clear. But I must remind you I won't help you deal with Jack and Chloe. Hearing the man's words, Breny smiled in disdain. I know. I don't need your help. Right now, I don't have the ability to deal with Chloe yet. I'll deal with Case first. At the HQ of Imperial Star. Before he got off work, Justin walked past the trainees' dance room, in which more than a dozen girls were practicing dance dressed in the same outfits. Even without makeup, Melody stood out among the girls with her beauty. President Cooper. How are the trainees doing? Justin asked. They have the talent and work hard. We'll know their true abilities when the selection contest begins. Are any of them especially good? Yeah. President Cooper, the girl standing in the middle in the front row, is the captain, Yaru. She's been here for almost 2 months now. She's very smart and has good talents. And the new girl Melody, who came yesterday, is a very good dancer and a quick learner. She's very pretty too. Standing outside of the glass door thoughtfully, Justin looked inside. When Justin looked inside, the girl happened to glance outside and meet his eyes. Instantly, Melody turned her head away. Yaru, standing beside her, noticed it and glanced at the door alertly. She was surprised to see Justin. Turning her head to Melody, she asked, "You know President Cooper?" "No," Melody denied calmly. She knew she must be careful with her words among the girls and couldn't tell them everything. The trainees called each other sisters, but each of them secretly wished the other girls would be eliminated as soon as possible, so the company would promote them alone. The fights among the young trainees were sometimes fiercer than the secret wars among the A-list stars. Hearing Melody's denial, Yaru didn't say anything. They continued the practice. "Take good care of Melody." Before he left, Justin instructed. "I will. Don't worry, President Cooper. I'll keep an eye on the girls with talents." Then Justin left. It was lunchtime for the trainees. In the cafeteria, Melody took her platter to a quiet table and sat down. 2 trainees went over and sat across from her. Melody, forgive us if you think we're being nosy. How did you come in after the trainee selection was over?" "Melody, they say you got connections. Can you tell us who it is so we can share some benefits?" Eating her lunch silently for a while, Melody answered without looking up. "A distant cousin knows a high-level executive in the company and recommended me. Of course, my cousin is not that powerful. She said after I came in, I'm on my own, so if I get eliminated, it means I'm useless." "Oh, I see. We thought President Cooper got you in here." "No, I don't know President Cooper." She wasn't stupid and wouldn't tell them that her backer was Justin. If she did, Justin's reputation would be smeared, and the girls would become green with jealousy. Sure enough, after hearing her explanation, the 2 trainees moved to Yaru's table with their platters to report their findings. "Yaru, don't worry. It wasn't President Cooper who got her in. She said a distant cousin of hers is friends with a high-level executive in Imperial Star. But as you know, those executives can never dictate us. Melody got in through connections, but she can't defeat us in the competitions." "Yeah, Yaru, we're all on your side. You don't have to worry about Melody." Yaru chuckled. "She's a newbie. Why should I worry about her?" "Yeah, she's just a newbie, a fledgling. She would be overestimating herself if she dares to compete with our Yaru." Where there were people, there were conflicts. The places full of women were even more so. Melody had been used to 2-faced people in the dancing academy, so she wasn't surprised at these girls' behavior. No matter what others gossiped about, she would focus on dancing, singing, and learning acting skills. After lunch, she checked the time and decided to return to her dorm and nap for an hour. When she pushed open the door to her room, she saw a girl was changing clothes. "I'm sorry, Melody closed the door immediately in embarrassment. "It's fine. Come in." The girl had ear-length short hair and a sweet face. Melody hadn't expected that she would meet her roommate for the first time in such a situation. "I'm sorry. I didn't know you were changing clothes." Entering the room, Melody apologized again. "It doesn't matter." The girl looked like she truly didn't mind. Melody walked to her bed and sat down. "Are you new here?" "Yeah." "Then why did you move into my dorm room? Didn't they warn you?" "No. There's something wrong with this room?" Melody looked confused. "There's nothing wrong with this room, but I'm the problem." The girl smiled and then sat down on her bed, facing Melody. She took out a packet of cigarettes. It was Little Panda. Melody had seen her classmates in the dancing academy smoke this brand of cigarette, which was more than $30 for one packet. "Do you want one?" "I don't smoke, thank you," Melody declined. "What's your name?" "Melody Sage." "Rory Reese." The girl introduced herself. "Wow, this name sounds familiar," Melody wondered. "Yeah. Anyone who has learned history knows that Rory is the name of the #1 prostitute in the Southern dynasties." "I don't care, I like my name." "Yeah, it's a good name. Rory, how come I didn't see you in the training?" Since she lived here, she must be a trainee, but Melody hadn't seen her in the classroom or the cafeteria. "It's because I don't have to do training. I've just signed up a role in a movie that begins shooting next month." "Wow, you're awesome." "I'm not awesome. In fact, I have a backer. Nowadays, who can succeed on one's own abilities? The world doesn't operate this way." Hearing Rory's frank words, Melody didn't know how to respond. "Those batches don't like me, saying I'm a bad person and won't enter the A-list even though I can play in movies, etc. In their eyes, Yaru is the goddess who will have the opportunity to enter the A-list. But I hope you will keep your distance from those bitches. They are vicious. Okay, I'll take care to stay away from all this stuff. Thank you for your advice. Finishing her cigarette, Rory tossed the butt on the floor and extinguished it with the heel of her shoe. Then she stood up and picked up her coat. I gotta go. Will you come back tonight? Melody asked. No, you lock the door from inside. I have cosmetics and imported facial cleanser on the desk. You can use them if you want. Thank you, but I've brought my own. Melody declined Rory's kind offer. Fine, see you later. Then the girl left. Melody felt Rory was no older or even younger than her, but her adept handling of the cigarette and bold personality were amazing. In the afternoon training, a woman asked her, "Did you meet the hooker?" Hooker? What hooker? Melody was surprised. Hooker Rory. She seldom comes back to her dorm or attends the training as if she's dead. The company was about to fire her, but she got a role in a movie probably because she had slept with a director or a producer. Of course, the company can't fire her now for the sake of financial benefits. You mean Rory Reese? Melody finally understood. Yeah, you must stay away from her. Do you know what she does out there? The girl lowered her voice and said mysteriously. Melody shook her head. She sells her body. At Melody's silence, the girl thought she didn't understand and continued in a low voice. She's a hooker. Don't be fooled by her petite and cute look. She's very vain. Do you notice her cosmetics, handbags, and even shoes cost more than $10,000? If she came from a wealthy family, why would she work as a trainee? So the only conclusion is that she's got a sugar daddy. I heard there is more than one man. How dirty is she? Don't hang out with her, or you'd be influenced by her. We're to be stars, and such dirty laundry would be the death of us in the future. She's our classmate. I don't think it's right to talk about her in this way. Melody thought it was not right to badmouth Rory behind her back. Besides, she knew nothing about the girl. Don't be afraid. Even if the hooker stands before me, I'd say it to her face. Forget it. You know nothing. Receiving no response, the girl lost interest and stopped talking. After spending one afternoon on vocal music, the girls left the classroom. As Melody walked out, Mr. G, who was in charge of the trainees, walked toward her slowly. Mr. G was a well-known scout in the country. As he grew older, he had mostly retired from the scouting career. Justin hired him for a high salary, hoping he could raise some superstars for Imperial Star. Melody. Mr. G, Melody greeted him politely. How do you feel about the training in the last couple of days? Is the dance training too harsh for you? I'm fine. I grew up with dancing training, so I don't think it's too much for me. Good. You're patient and low-keyed. Work hard and keep it up. I will, Mr. G. President Cooper came today. Do you who President Cooper is? He's the big boss of our company. Oh, I know. He stood outside the classroom and watched you guys practice for a long while. He told me to keep an eye on you. I guess he saw your potential and wants to make something out of you. Really? That's great. Melody suddenly felt guilty pretending she didn't know Justin. You can go now. Keep it up. Okay. After saying goodbye to Mr. G, Melody returned to her room feeling fatigued. She took a shower and changed her clothes before going to the food court near the company to grab a bite. The cafeteria in the company was closed in the evenings, but the company gave them $30 of supper allowance each day. For those picky girls, $30 was, of course, not enough. But Melody was accustomed to hardships as she had begun learning dancing from a young age. She was never allowed to have snacks. Each week, she had to stand on the weighing scale and would get a slap on her palm if her weight exceeded a certain limit. As for the KFC hamburgers, deep-fried chicken legs, spicy hot pot, etc., she could only look, but couldn't eat. Finally, she entered a ramen restaurant and ordered a small bowl of noodles. Not far from her, a man hiding behind a building took her pictures as she ate noodles, oblivious of his presence. On the viaduct, the twins were sitting in the black van on their way back from school. Behind the van was a Range Rover. The bodyguards in both cars had been handpicked by Jack. Sis, what are you thinking about? Little Bean noticed her sister's thoughtful look. Little Bean, I think I saw that woman, Pudding said uneasily. Which woman? Tiani's mom, Pudding sounded uncertain. When the twins walked out of their school to their bodyguards, Pudding seemed to have caught a glimpse of Breny's face in the crowds. My goodness, that evil woman? Isn't she crazy? Mom said she's locked up. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was her. The woman looked like her. Pudding tried to recall the details. Many people in the world look alike. She might be a student's mother, Little Bean comforted her sister. Don't worry, sis, I'll protect you. Shit. You can't even protect yourself. How can you protect me? Pudding glanced at Little Bean in disgust. I can make a phone call to Auntie. Ha. When she comes, she'll wipe them out. Or as our auntie says, she'll blow them up. Little Bean waved her arms as she imagined the scene, but then her mood plummeted. Sis, I miss Auntie so much, Little Bean pouted. Me too, Pudding sighed. Fiona hadn't called the kids after she left. When I grow up, I want to work for Auntie. You're too fat. Auntie won't take you. Little Bean retorted, I can lose weight. If Auntie wants to take me, I'll give up sweet food. I'll become a superhero. Ha, I'll be as badass as Auntie. Only the dead would believe you. You underestimate me. You should say even the dead wouldn't believe me. Ha. I'd never give up my beloved ice cream. Do you have dissociative identity disorder? Hearing Little Bean's mumbling, Pudding gave her a dirty look. On the top floor of the Burj Al Arab Hotel. The suite of hundreds of square meters was glamorous with its luxurious decorations. Even the tea table and the bathtub were made of gold. The luxurious room cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for one night. Even at this exorbitant price, there was a high demand for it. People say there are no poor people in Dubai. Even the taxis were Porsches, and a beggar can make more than $400,000 each month. It was the playground for rich people and the cradle for gold. People say the rich people here keep lions, tigers, and crocodiles as pets instead of ordinary cats and dogs. It was eye-opening. Andrew woke up and found himself in a big, soft bed. Are you awake? Hearing a woman's voice, Andrew sat up slowly. With narrowed eyes, he looked at the woman standing by his bed up and down. With a tall figure and black long hair, she must be an Asian. Wearing a golden mask that covered half of her face, she sounded like a young woman. The white Arabian robe she was wearing seemed to have been altered and looked a bit creepy. Where am I? Who are you? Andrew asked. Dubai. What? Dubai? Andrew tried to recall how he got there but found his memory was fuzzy. The last thing he remembered was that he was locked in prison back in the country, and he missed Chloe so much that he almost went crazy. How come he was in Dubai? What had happened? If not for me, you'd have been killed by Fiona. Do you know that? Fiona? Andrew closed his eyes, trying hard to remember. You don't have to rack your brains. Jack did it, so you can't remember it so clearly. To put it simply, Hunter broke out but was intercepted by Fiona and almost got killed by her. Our people got there in time and rescued you. Who are you guys? Warily, Andrew looked at the woman wearing a gold mask. You don't deserve to know my identity. What's your purpose for rescuing me? You can tell me at least that. Of course we have a purpose. Are you familiar with Chloe? Hearing Chloe's name, Andrew became even warier. He'd never allow anyone to hurt Chloe. Please, don't look so tense. Our final target isn't Chloe. She's not useful to us. Who's your target? Chloe's biological father. You know him? Professor Wagner? Understanding dawned on Andrew. Yeah. Professor Wagner has something our master wants, but he's too slippery for us to catch, so we plan to get his daughter first. What do you think? I won't let you do it. You can't harm Chloe. Heh. You're indeed obsessed with her. But if Hunter didn't control you and break out, you'd be dead since Jack and Chloe had decided to kill you. So what? I want to die at Chloe's hands. You're crazy and unreasonable, but it doesn't matter. The girl wearing a golden mask took out a pink vial. What are you doing? Alarmed, Andrew tried to stand up and fight the woman, but couldn't muster any strength. Our master said if you're unreasonable, we'll talk to the other person in your body. The girl wearing a golden mask grabbed his chin and poured all the powder into his mouth. He struggled desperately, but it was useless. They had done something to him, and he couldn't use any strength. He wanted to protect his sister Chloe but was powerless to do it. Before he passed out, the last image in his mind was the innocent-faced Chloe with a ponytail from more than 10 years ago. Half an hour later, when he woke up again, his eyes looked different. I know you share memories, so I don't need to explain things to you. We want to deal with that old guy Professor Wagner through his daughter Chloe. You must work with us. Of course. I'll make that little batch Chloe suffer before I kill her. Hunter smiled sinisterly. Back in the country, Chloe and Jack planned to head back home after the meeting, but Chloe dared not to take the trip back when the baby became restless in her belly. Jack accompanied her to get checked in the hospital, and the doctor said she'd been tired lately and suggested that they stay put for another night before they went back. Although they wanted to go home to see the twins, they decided to stay one more night for the sake of the baby. In the evening, Chloe got bored, so they went to a lively square near the hospital. At 7 each evening, people came here to dance and exercise. Honey, I want to eat cotton candy. Are you a child? Jack chuckled. Your son wants to eat it. You always use our son to get your way. When he comes out, I'll tell him how much blame he has taken for his mother. No problem. My son will understand me. Jack took off his coat and draped it around her shoulders before setting off to buy cotton candy. As Chloe sat near the flower bed watching the public square dance, a girl of about 6 years old walked over to her and said, Auntie, you look so pretty. Chloe smiled at her. Auntie, you look very like my mom, but she has passed away now. Can I take a picture with you? Of course. Chloe found it hard to refuse the girl's request. She took a selfie with the girl's cell phone. Then the little girl took out a lollipop. Auntie, this is for you. Thank you. Looking at the girl's innocent eyes, Chloe hesitated but still took it. Auntie, come on, try it. It's very, very sweet, the girl urged. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.